Uncover the fascinating life and legacy of Queen Elizabeth I, England's most beloved monarch. Witness her rise to power, her conquests and controversies, and the lasting impact she had on history, art, and culture. A true icon of power and majesty. Elizabeth, the second child of King Henry VIII, a powerful and fearsome monarch, and his second wife Anne Boleyn, a lady-in-waiting to the king's first wife, Catherine of Aragon, was born on September 7, 1533. Elizabeth was the first child to be born to a queen who had previously been a lady-in-waiting to the king's first wife. Anne Boleyn, a strong advocate for the Protestant faith, was determined to ensure that her daughter was raised with the same convictions, thus sowing the seeds of Elizabeth's renowned intellect and conviction. Despite being declared illegitimate after her mother's execution in 1536, a traumatic event that would forever shape her worldview, Elizabeth received an exceptional education. Her education was guided by prominent tutors who recognized her exceptional intelligence and abilities, and she quickly became known as a brilliant and determined young woman. Elizabeth was particularly close to her tutor, Roger Ascham, who instilled in her a love of classical languages and literature, fostering her intellectual growth and encouraging her to pursue her academic interests. As Elizabeth grew older, she became a frequent presence at court, navigating a complex web of relationships with her royal relatives and the powerful nobles of the kingdom. Her position was precarious, and she was often the subject of plotting and scheming by those who sought to overthrow her or manipulate her for their own gain. Despite this, Elizabeth remained confident and assertive, cultivating close relationships with her brother, Edward, and her sister, Mary, both of whom shared a complicated family history with Elizabeth. Following the death of her half-sister, Mary I, on November 17, 1558, who had made a valiant attempt to reassert Catholicism in England, Elizabeth was crowned Queen Elizabeth I on January 15, 1559. As Elizabeth ascended to the throne, she was faced with the daunting task of uniting a fractured nation, with diverse factions vying for power and clashing ideologies. Nevertheless, she proved herself to be a skilled and capable leader, determined to establish a strong and stable government. Elizabeth was recognized for her intelligence, her wit, and her cunning. She surrounded herself with an array of wise advisors, including Sir William Cecil, her trusted chancellor, and Sir Francis Walsingham, a master of espionage and national security. Together, they skillfully navigated the intricate world of European politics, deftly balancing alliances and rivalries. Elizabeth's own wit and confidence won her the respect and admiration of foreign leaders, who acknowledged her intelligence and authority. During her early years as queen, Elizabeth encountered a myriad of challenges. The threat of Scottish and French invasion loomed large, while the Catholic majority of the English people looked on in suspicion. Moreover, her reign was marked by economic hardship and social unrest. Yet Elizabeth persevered, pursuing innovative policies and forging key alliances. These efforts helped to alleviate tensions and stabilize her government, enabling her to maintain control and provide the blueprint for a long-term, unifying vision. During Elizabeth's reign, England witnessed an extraordinary renaissance in the arts, popularly referred to as the Golden Age. This phenomenal era of creative innovation produced a tidal wave of remarkable works, including plays by William Shakespeare and Christopher Marlowe. Elizabeth herself fostered this artistic efflorescence, endearing her reign to coming generations and shaping an enduring legacy. The Elizabethan era was characterized by resplendent pageantry, architectural innovations, artistic icons, and elegant music. It saw the construction of majestic buildings such as St. Paul's Cathedral, Hampton Court Palace, and the Tower of London, and the establishment of unique English celebrations such as the Lord Mayor's Show. Performances like the elaborate dancing and masks that Elizabeth herself attended are further, unforgettable reminders of the many effervescent social rituals being fashioned during this era. At the center of this dazzling period was Elizabeth's exquisite court. By attracting erudite figures, celebrated intellectuals, artists and performers from England, Europe, and across the world, she encouraged the building up of universities, school establishments, art forms, song forms, so an excellent structure evolved reflecting English values. It shone like an immense cultural, imperial phenomenon in a world largely in darkness. As Elizabeth grew older, she became increasingly isolated, relying on a small circle of advisors and favorites. However, she continued to rule England with wisdom and authority, earning the respect and admiration of her people. She was known for her sharp wit and her sharp tongue, and she was not afraid to speak her mind and assert her authority when necessary. Elizabeth died on March 24, 1603, at the age of 69. Her death marked the end of an era, and it was a significant blow to the people of England. She was remembered as one of the greatest monarchs in English history, and her legacy continues to inspire and fascinate people to this day. Her famous epitaph, Semper Idem, or Always the Same, reflects her consistency and dedication to her people and her country. Elizabeth's reign was marked by a complex and often fraught relationship with the Catholic Church. She was a strong advocate for the English Reformation, and she sought to establish the Church of England as a distinct and separate entity from the Catholic Church. However, this caused tension with Catholic Europe, particularly with Spain and the Holy Roman Empire. In 1570, Elizabeth was excommunicated by the Pope, who declared her a heretic and a tyrant. This led to a significant increase in Catholic plots against her, including the Ridolfi plot and the Babington plot. Despite these challenges, Elizabeth remained committed to the English Reformation and to the establishment of the Church of England. Elizabeth's reign was also marked by a series of conflicts with the Spanish Empire. She supported the Dutch rebels against the Spanish, and she encouraged the English Navy to attack Spanish ships and colonies. This led to a number of significant naval victories, including the defeat of the Spanish Armada in 1588. The defeat of the Spanish Armada was a significant turning point in English history, marking the beginning of English naval supremacy and the decline of the Spanish Empire. It also cemented Elizabeth's reputation as a skilled and determined leader who was not afraid to take risks and assert her authority. The Battle of Gravelines, which took place on August 29, 1588, was a decisive English victory that shattered the Spanish Armada's hopes of invading England. The English Navy, led by Lord Howard of Effingham and Sir Francis Drake, used a combination of clever tactics and superior firepower to destroy or capture many Spanish ships. The English Navy's tactics during the battle were innovative and effective, using long-range cannons and rapid maneuvering to outgun and outmaneuver the Spanish. This demonstrated the superior seamanship and technical expertise of the English Navy, which would go on to play a major role in English naval supremacy for centuries to come. The aftermath of the Battle of Gravelines was a significant blow to Spanish prestige and marked the beginning of the end of Spanish dominance in Europe. The English Navy's victory also paved the way for English exploration and colonization of the New World, as English ships were now free to sail to the Americas without fear of Spanish interference. Elizabeth was a patron of the arts, and she encouraged the development of music, theater, and dance. She was a skilled musician herself, playing the virginals and the lute, and she was known for her love of music and her ability to sing and dance. The Queen's Players, a theater company established by Elizabeth, was a center of literary and theatrical innovation. The company included a number of notable actors and playwrights, including William Shakespeare and Christopher Marlowe, and it produced some of the greatest works of English literature. Shakespeare's plays, such as The Tempest and A Midsummer Night's Dream, are some of the greatest works of English literature and were performed for Elizabeth and her court. These plays reflected the values and concerns of the time, including the power of nature and the role of women in society. Elizabeth was also a patron of visual artists, including the famous portrait painter Nicholas Hilliard. Her portraits, which depicted her as a powerful and regal figure, were used to promote her image and authority throughout the kingdom. Hilliard's portraits of Elizabeth are some of the most famous works of art from the Elizabethan era and reflected the Queen's love of finery and luxury. They also demonstrated the importance of art in promoting the Queen's image and consolidating her power. Elizabeth's legacy is a testament to her strength, wit, and determination. She ruled England for over 45 years, during a time of great turmoil and change, and she left an enduring mark on the nation's history and culture. Her reign saw the emergence of England as a major world power, and she played a key role in shaping the country's identity and values. Elizabeth's legacy extended far beyond her own reign. She influenced subsequent monarchs, including her successor James I, and shaped the course of English history. Her reign also had a profound impact on the English language, literature, and culture, with many of her advisors and courtiers making significant contributions to the development of these areas. Today, Elizabeth remains a celebrated figure in English history, known for her remarkable achievements and her enduring legacy. Her influence can be seen in many aspects of modern English culture, from the way people speak and think about politics, to the way they celebrate national holidays and events. She remains an inspiration to people around the world, and her legacy continues to captivate and fascinate audiences to this day. Elizabeth's image has also been immortalized in popular culture, with countless books, films, and television shows exploring her life and reign. Her iconic status has been cemented by famous actresses such as Judi Dench and Helen Mirren, who have brought her to life on the big and small screens. Visit our channel to explore interactive exhibits, watch documentary videos, and read in-depth articles about the life and reign of Elizabeth I.